In this episode of Unreal for Everyone, I'm going to be covering how to use nanite materials on a mesh. The first thing you want to do is get a mesh that is heavily subdivided, because if you don't have geometry, nanite won't be able to displace anything. I have my geometry taken from Blender, so this is what I'm going to be taking there, and if you want to see, that's how subdivided the mesh is. Once my mesh is imported in Unreal Engine, I'm going to be deleting the floor. Once your mesh is loaded in Unreal Engine, what you want to do is you want to get a texture from either FreePBR or from Megascans. Just make sure that it has a height map or a displacement map. I've downloaded a texture for a hexagon path from FreePBR. Once I have my textures imported, I'm going to be making the material. Just going to import all the textures into my material. And going to be correcting all these. Going to be making these into material attributes. Going to add some coordinates to this. Saving this. And I'm going to be creating an instance and applying that instance on my mesh over here. Going to be tiling this accordingly. Once I have it tiled, I want to make sure that I have my displacement on in my material. So just go to your material, search for tessellation, enable tessellation, and then you can control your tessellation using the magnitude over here. You also want to make sure that the static mesh that you're using is enabled for Nanite. So you can make sure that that's checkmarked over here, as well as you can go inside your mesh and make sure that enable nanite support is checkmarked. Once you've done this, you can save your project, close the project, head over to Epic Games, go to your project, and you want to right click and show in folder. Once in here, you want to head down into config and find default engine settings. And then you want to look for this tab, which is render settings, and you add r.allow nanite tessellation equal to 1, and r.nanite tessellation equal to 1. You want to save this, close it, and go back into your project. Once you load back into your project, just head over to your material. And now you should be able to search for displacement and change the magnitude to something high so you can see a difference. Let's go ahead and make it 25. As you can see, the nanite displacement is working now, and you can see the crevices have a bit of a depression as opposed to the hexagon outside. You can also go and wireframe and verify that your displacement is working. The displacement should be changing as you move around because it also has a fade distance. Feel free to play with it, and see you again in the next video.